All right, so here's a way to absolutely explode your revenue as an agent. Peter Thiel, worth something like $4 billion. Right now, I am not at all into his politics, but it's pretty hard to argue with his financial success. And a question that he is known to ask is the absolute perfect example of how and why better questions are so powerful. So rather than tell you the story, I'm going to actually ask you. Now, if I asked you what your 10-year goal is for your business, could you answer? Now, if not, try. And once you have that answer, if I put a gun to your head and I told you to figure out how to accomplish those same goals in 6 months, how would you do it? Think. How can you achieve your 10-year goals or your 5-year goals? How can you achieve them inside of 6 months? Now, you may not come up with the perfect answer, right? But notice the different direction your thoughts were taking. You were thinking in a totally different way, right? It's because you asked yourself a powerful and high quality question, and your brain does its thing, which is to try to provide you with answers. Some of the most powerful mindset shifts can often happen, right, with very subtle perspective changes. And those perspective changes can oftentimes lead to a heck of a lot of revenue. But before I forget, if you want to go deeper into any of the things that I'm talking about in any of my videos, if you are thinking about working with a performance coach like me, preferably me, you can head on over to doublemygci.com. I put up a short form. It's like 4 questions on there, right? It takes you about 60 seconds to fill that out. Once you do that, you're going to get a link to my calendar. You'll book your free Double My GCI Strategy Zoom call. I'm going to take a look at what's going on in your business. Take a look at where you are, where you want to be, and I'm going to help see if I can help get you from point A to point B, right? There's no obligation on the call. The call's free. It's not a disguised sales call or anything like that. Okay, so I always lose track here. So I want to talk to you about the power of asking yourself better questions. Now, just to make sure, right? Just make sure I have your attention. Understanding this simple concept can grow your business exponentially, can open up your life in any area in ways that you cannot imagine. So here's the deal. You, me, all of us, right? Internally, we ask ourselves questions day in and day out, like constantly. And the reason we do that is because as humans, we're almost hardwired to find meaning in everything, right? We seek to understand. It's how our brains make sense of the way we see and navigate our world. What does this mean? What does that mean? Why this? Why that? What's going to happen if my GCI tanks next month? What am I going to do if this deal falls apart? Here's the thing. For the most part, we ask ourselves awful questions. And the problem with asking ourselves awful questions is our brain kicks us back awful answers. That's the way that works. So, example. If you're asking yourself, why am I so overwhelmed all the time? It's a low quality question. Your brain is going to answer you with things like, well, you're terrible at time management. Or, it's because all the really successful agents have teams and assistants. Why do I have such trouble sticking to systems or sticking to any kind of a system, even though I know damn well that I need them to grow my business? Because we're so overwhelmed all the time. How can we possibly find time to learn the ins and outs of a system? So conditioning yourself to ask better questions, it's an absolute game changer. Now, I'm going to leave you with a few examples of extremely powerful questions and just kind of notice the difference here, okay? Notice the difference between how can I get this done versus how can this get done? You see how subtle that difference is? How can this get done? It's going to start leading you down other paths, right? Maybe I don't have to do this. Maybe a junior agent can take this on for me. Maybe I can hire a VA for like 10 hours a month to do this. How about I can't afford this versus how can I afford this? Right, so when you ask yourself better questions, right, you're going to get a much better menu of options to choose from. It's how your brain is designed to operate. So here are some cool, kind of empowering, better questions I'm going to leave you with, right? And they're just kind of examples to get you going down the right path here. How can I make this day incredible? How can I stay on top of my CRM, but in a way that doesn't take up hours a day and in a way that I actually enjoy? How can I post more content on Instagram to stay top of mind with my sphere of influence, but do it in a way that's kind of fun and easy to me? You see the difference in those kind of questions? Like I said, subtle but super powerful. So that's all I got for you guys today. And remember, if you're thinking about working with a performance coach, preferably me, the idea of doubling your GCI sounds like something that, hey, maybe I'm interested in that. Go to doublemygci.com. You fill out that super short form. Again, once you do that, you're going to get a link to my calendar. You book a free Double My GCI Strategy Zoom call. Like I said, like I keep saying, there's no obligation on that call to hire me, nothing like that. Just going to take a look at where you're at in your business, see if I can help you out. And if at the end of that call you want to discuss what it would be like to work together one-on-one, happy to have that discussion with you. Hope you're doing awesome, whoever you are and wherever you are. And I hope that your business is really, really great. All right? Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.